A lot of talk about waiting for the Epstein files to come out, unsealing the grand jury testimony. Where's the list? Where's the dirt? Where's the tea? Well, the Department of Justice has interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell. The audio was recorded. This is a recent interview back in July. The audio is out. The question on some people's minds was asked, what did President Trump do with Jeffrey Epstein, and when did he do it? Here is the top-ranking Epstein associate's answer.
Did you ever observe President Trump receive a massage?
Never.
Did you ever observe? You said that you were. I mean, have you seen there's photographs, public photographs of Mr. Epstein and President Trump together?
Yeah.
And there's photographs of. I think you're in some of the photographs.
Yeah.
As well. Those all appear to be social settings.
Yeah. That's my memory. If there were social settings, I don't know. Epstein's, if he had, whatever the nature of the president's friendship, if you will, or however you want to define that with Epstein, I was never witness. I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were close friends, or I certainly never witnessed the president in any of, I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
She was asked, did you ever see President Trump receive a massage? No, she did not. Did you ever see President Trump with any women? Jeffrey Epstein? No, she did not. Do you ever remember seeing President Trump do anything inappropriate? No, she does not. Now, lest people say that, this is just Ghislaine Maxwell trying to curry favor or something like that, trying to get a pardon or something. She also goes on to say that that Bill Clinton did not go to the island, that a lot of what we imagine happened with Epstein did not necessarily happen. She, in fact, says that Epstein was nothing more than a rich guy with a plane to Bill Clinton. So who knows? I mean, this woman was operating with a notorious criminal and liar and apparent extortion artist and a guy who died under suspicious circumstances, who was connected to the most popular, wealthy, powerful people in the world. Maybe they had some intelligence ties, according to Alex Acosta, reportedly, but they got nothing on Trump right now. And that part, I think you have to believe. Because if they had something on Trump, think about the opportunities there would have been to release it. Jeffrey Epstein was prosecuted for sex crimes in the 2000s, and he got his sweetheart deal, and he was hanging out at Palm Beach jail and basically was allowed to go and come as he pleased. Trump runs for president in 2016. The Democrats were so keen on keeping him out of office that they violated the law. They cooked up between the FBI and the Democrats some fake dossier that allowed them to spy on his campaign, that allowed him to undermine his entire first administration. You think they're willing to do all that? They're willing to subvert government to that degree, weaponize the Justice Department to that degree, but they wouldn't release the dirt they had from Epstein Island? That simply is not plausible. Then they go so far as to change all the election rules before 2020, and they move the ballot drop boxes away from the county clerk's offices. They have widespread mail-in ballots in contravention of state constitutions in the case of Pennsylvania. They're willing to go that far, followed by prosecuting him on 4 fronts, followed by setting the stage for him to be assassinated not once but twice. And they're not willing to release the dirt from Epstein Island if it existed. It is simply not credible. It's simply not plausible, that kind of a claim. So here, I'm not saying I believe Ghislaine on everything, but here at least, I would believe her. Now we get into even more insider dirt. Ghislaine Maxwell, who is in prison, is hanging out. She's asked whether or not Jeffrey Epstein, who was in very similar circumstances to her, killed himself. Her take is, in prison where I am, they will kill you or they will pay. Somebody can pay a prisoner to kill you for $25 worth of commissary. That's about the going rate for a hit with a lock today. What's really interesting about this take is the two theories that have been floated for the past, 6 years now? The two theories that have been floated are Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, and it's totally above board, and everything the government told us is true. Or he did not kill himself, and Hillary Clinton walked in wearing a Groucho mask, with a mustache and glasses, and popped him off with a silencer in the middle of the night. But those are the two options. Either he killed himself or it was a political hit. What Ghislaine Maxwell is saying is, no, it might have just been another prisoner. And again, this would be a place where she doesn't have a huge reason to make that up. Right? If she were covering up for some international conspiracy, she could just say he killed himself. She would just go along with the government story, and then there's no contradiction whatsoever. To suggest that it was just some internal prison hit undermines the government story. And the government story, if it were to cover for some international conspiracy, would be very helpful to her, would be very advantageous to her. So a lot of questions raised by her testimony. But I think the big question that the libs and the squishes keep trying to throw at people, namely that Trump is seriously implicated, I just think it's totally bogus. I think there have been ample opportunities over the last 10 years when it would be very convenient for the people who had that kind of information to come out with it. It didn't come out. I just think it very clearly does not exist. That was a great clip. Now stop. Ring the bell. Subscribe. And we'll see you next time.